What is going on, you guys? So today I want to make another super quick video for you talking about why you need to flirt more with your life or your day. So I know that sounds funny, but basically something that I've noticed is that a lot of people are very stiff, right? Like maybe they have some anxiousness, like anxiety, not feeling like super social. And I'm not saying that there's necessarily anything wrong with that, but what I've noticed is that a lot of people are not so willing to drop their super seriousness, basically, right? They're serious all the time instead of being able to be a little bit more fun in their interactions, right? Like being able to joke around and banter with each other, sort of tease each other a little bit and without getting offended, right? I think that's one of the biggest things. Now, the flip side of this, like imagine if you are struggling with that. How much? Because I mean, just think about it, right? Think about how you are going about your day when you're that way, right? You probably come off a little too strict, serious, rather than at least a little bit fun, right? And the reason I'm bringing all this up is because it can be hard to attract, let's say, higher quality people into your life if you always look really serious, right? And the whole point of this video is I want you to start being a little bit more warm towards others, right? Just like a little bit of a smile. If you don't want to, you don't have to get into a big conversation with people. That's not what I'm suggesting. It should just throw all your time around doing that. Just be a little bit more open, warmer expression rather than, right? And looking up, don't look away or down when you're walking around during your day. Give somebody a little bit of a wave or hey, how are you? What's up? How's your day going? And you can get into a conversation if you want, and you can even decide after a little bit in the conversation, I'll head out afterwards. So just practicing your social skills, and this is why I'm saying to be a little bit more at play at your day, or let's say like a play with your life or flirting with life, right? Because if you're so serious all the time, you're gonna miss the present moment, right? Because you're always thinking about where you have to be, something that happened yesterday, something that happened a few years ago, how this thing's gonna go, right? You're all of that is in the past or the future, and it's not in the present, which means that you're never really here, right? And you can see it on people, right? If they're not really, it seems they're having trouble listening, or some people are so serious that they're not willing to kind of put themselves out there, be a little bit more social, a little bit more fun, start connecting with others. Because the whole point, no matter what you want to argue about here, I gotta climb the corporate ladder, I'm working hard, bro, blah, 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 I gotta get this done and this. No, you don't understand, bro. It's serious. At the end of the day, life is about the connections that you have, the community that you have. We are inherently social creatures, and my one hope for you is, that's the whole point of this video, is I want you to have more meaningful relationships in your life. And I think a lot of people are lacking those because they self-isolate, and it's because they're working too much, right? Or maybe they had some difficult experience in the past, so they're worried about connecting with someone again, right? So we're social creatures, so inherently, biologically, basically, we feel better by having meaningful relationships, right? So that doesn't mean you have to be friends with everybody. In fact, if you're friends with everyone, that's not the best thing, because you're probably being too nice, right? So essentially, if you're doing things correctly, and I'm not saying to intentionally make people dislike you, just be yourself, right? Rather than trying to be a people pleaser all the time, just being yourself. There's certain people that aren't really going to gel or vibe, connect with that, and that's okay, right? Not everybody has to like you, you're not being mean or anything. You're still being kind and confident and helping others when you can, right? And if someone doesn't like you for some reason, I mean, that's okay. Hopefully, I mean, in an ideal world, they might tell you why, and maybe there's a reason, like you two can work something out and maybe actually create a deep connection, a meaningful connection. Because at the end of the day, a lot of times when that happens, you could maybe be friends or something else close, because it's a misunderstanding, usually, right? Now, on top of all this, I want to talk about the fact that I noticed that a lot of people are really bad at like being playful and also being more flirty, right? So I'm not saying to do this all the time, but that skill set, like learning to flirt, is going to be really helpful for you just in like regular social situations. So I'm not saying like flirting is the wrong word. Sometimes it's like being more fun, open, playful, right? Like someone asks you how your day is going, right? And you can just say like, oh, pretty good, just trying to stay out of trouble here, right? Pretty good, just trying to stay out of trouble, right? It's like that's a little bit different than like, oh, I'm tired. It's fine, I'm tired. It's all right, how's yours? Right? You can see like the difference, right? Like it's just like one is like, okay, boring answer again, or like a lot of people like to say the what is that saying? It's like they'll say like Sunday fun day, or like you can tell like they're kind of like over their life, right? Like they're not enjoying themselves, like, oh, living the life, man, like just enjoying another day, like you can tell like they're like super faking it, and it makes you want to ask like how they're actually doing, right? Like seriously. So this is what I'm saying, like sometimes just giving someone a compliment, right? Like having a good energy and giving someone a compliment when you see them, maybe even when you just meet them. You like their shoes, you like their style, or making some little jokes like what I mentioned, right? Like, oh, just trying to stay out of trouble, how about you, right? Or maybe actually flirting, right? Like there's some moments like I think a lot of people hold themselves back. Like let's say there's someone that they're interested in, they're too serious or they're too afraid of what someone else thinks, so they don't flirt with the person that they're interested in, right? Or they're not good at it, right? Like they're stuck in like interview mode, like very like, how's the weather? How many brothers and sisters do you have, right? Or the next level to that is like some people are good at deeper conversations, but it's just deeper conversations, right? It's not that and flirting, because if you connect those two, that's like a superpower right there. It's like people love that because there's an extra level of connection, and they see you as this fun person who is really interested in them, right? So that's something that I would just recommend learning a little bit more about, incorporating flirting in your daily life, because look, you only live once, and are you really going to be like so serious all the time? Like it's all about your 9 to 5, it's all about your just something very like standard? Or are you going to actually live the life that you want, right? Have a little bit more fun with it, at least. That's my hope for you. So you can actually, again, right, all these things, being able to look out for opportunities to do that, and also look out for the opportunities to find high quality relationships and attract them into your life. I'm not saying to just attract anybody, because there's certain relationships that you don't want to attract, but this should be really helpful for you in creating a more meaningful life and just creating the kind of community you want, right? Because again, life is all about connections, and the whole reason I made this video is because I want you to have a little bit more fun with your life, and I want you to have a really fulfilling life. So anyways, I know this was a little bit of a rant here in this video, a little bit of a tangent, but I hope this helps you in some way, kind of brings you out of super serious mode, become a little bit more lighthearted and playful. I hope it helps you in some way, but anyways, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. You got this, bro.